Hi, friends, and a most pleasant good afternoon to you. We are live from the Wells Fargo Center in South Philadelphia on the Broad Street Sports Complex for an edition of the Delaware Hockey Network presented by the Law Office of Long and Greenberg, the Avon Grove Red Devils taking on Salesianum in this Thursday afternoon exhibition. James Witherite flying solo on the airwaves, joined behind the scenes by assistant producer and videographer Broadway Joe Sindoni and our technical director today, Primetime Mark McClure. Great to have all of you along for the ride with us here on this Thursday. And without further ado, we're going to head inside the glass for today's opening introductions. Once again, hockey fans, good afternoon and welcome to the Wells Fargo Center, home of the Philadelphia Flyers of the National Hockey League. This afternoon, we present the Broad Street Classic, pitting the Avon Grove Red Devils against Salesianum. The on-ice officials for today's game are Laura White and Eric Michaels. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the American flag located behind the Salesianum goal as we honor the United States of America and those who defend this nation with the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? And with pregame formalities in our rearview mirror, we take you to the opening face-off of the 2023 Broad Street Classic. Earlier this season, Salesianum victorious when these two teams met. They swept the season series last year as well, but this Avon Grove team, no slouch at all. They're 10-4-0 on the season, 8-1 in ICSHL. Chesmont division play. A hush falls over the Wells Fargo Center, probably as quiet as we've ever heard it. And as you saw briefly, first period action brought to you by our good friends at First State Ice Hockey, committed to building the next generation of youth hockey players in and around Delaware under the philosophy of one state, one goal. Learn more about their classes, their clinics, their growing summer tournament program, all by visiting firststateicehockey.com. Nate Crossan will take the opening draw for the Avon Grove Red Devils, flanked by Ian D'Ambrosio and Foster Wilkins. On the other side of the red line, Matt Bellepede comes in for this opening face-off, flanked by Christian Kinsler and Nick LeBuono. Off we go. Crossan turns up the forechecking heat immediately after winning the opening face-off, but up comes Matt Bellepede, leading a 2-on-1 for Salesianum. Hard shot came from Nick LeBuono on the doorstep. It was turned aside by starting goaltender Owen Elatar. The follow-up chance from close range was skied over the crossbar, and in comes Wilkins back the other way, absorbing a check in the far corner from Eamon Schofield, rather. Matt Bellepede reaches in to recover the puck in the far corner. LeBuono can't hack it free. D'Ambrosio protects the zone. Shot from the near side was wide, waffle-boarded into the near corner by Gavin Needs. We are 45 seconds into the first period. No score from the Wells Fargo Center. And a special hello to all of you joining us today on the Delaware Hockey Network. A puck out of play as Salesianum tries to make their way up ice. Gives us a break in the action. 55 seconds gone. Puck was off an Avon Grove stick, so Laura White spots the face-off at center. An AHL referee on NHL ice, and Eric Michaels, an up-and-coming official in the junior ranks, working a fair number of NAHL games through the course of the season, along with the occasional cup of coffee in the best of American junior hockey in the USAHL out in the heartland. Will Gorman leads the puck up to Chandler up the far side. Chandler leads a 2-on-2. He's pinched to the corner by Gianni Pacitti. Checked off the puck there as he tried to traverse the low area. Stanley Staszczynski plays a diagonal pass across ice through the neutral zone, but beyond the reach of Liam Bell. And back comes Gorman again for Avon Grove. His shot from just inside the blue line was blocked by Grayson Betterly. Staszczynski recovers. His stick lifted on his way up ice by Johnny Pepe, but he's able to connect with Chris Albert along the near boards. Albert bodied off the biscuit by Tretovic. It is recovered by Harrison behind the Avon Grove goal. Braden Graham turns up the heat on him, prolongs the puck battle in the far corner as we come to the 2-minute mark of the first period. Joey Pietropaulo with a shot from the right point, covered up by Owen Elatar, and he holds for a pause in play at the 2:06 mark of first period action from the Wells Fargo Center. No score between Salesianum and Avon Grove, and a face-off coming right in front of where we stand here in the club level of the Wells Fargo Center. A new vantage point for us. Here is the 412 Communications mobile press box. Has moved now to the bench side of the ice. Here in a building that opened a quarter century ago under the banner the Core State Center. After a number of mergers and sales and acquisitions among financial institutions, the Wells Fargo Center it is now. And Michael Massey throws the puck off the near half wall, off the draw to the right of his netminder, but Owen Fennessy protected the point for Avon Grove. Pietropaulo chips the puck away from him, works it through traffic to Braden Graham, but he's tied up by Ricky Wright as their collective momentum takes them to the near corner. Jenna to hit. Given away to Graham. Massey bobbles the puck trying to walk through the slot. Pietropaulo can't connect. Graham off the post with a strong shot from the top hash mark. Charlie Bramble back in the lineup for Salesianum is pushed over the line by Tercey, who comes off for a change. Mason Hitt gains center, backhands the puck below the Sally's goal, and he comes off for a changing of the guard as well, with 3 minutes and 15 seconds gone in the first period. 3 17-minute frames on tap for this 2023 edition of the Broad Street Classic on the Delaware Hockey Network. Ryan Hinsey saw his stick lifted below the goal by Jack Igo. Schindler recovers at center for the Devils. To Hunter Thompson. He throws the puck beyond the reach of the pressuring Igo, but gives it away to Schofield behind the Salesianum goal. Stretch pass from Merady. Evades everybody through neutral territory. Elatar paddles the puck down. Schindler's breakout was foiled by Farrell. Kozink lets a shot go from the left point. It was sticked away amid a congested slot. Puck rolls back up to the half wall. Schofield protects it there. He lost his footing, pops back up. Backhands the puck below the goal beyond the reach of Hunter Thompson. Farrell tried to set up Kozink in the high slot. There's a shot from Schofield from 35 feet away, which ricochets off the back glass to the near corner, where Kozink was held up by Schindler. Puck rolls free, and Thompson volleys it back as far as the Salesianum blue line, where Merady recovers and walks back in up the left dots. The other Salesianum players changing behind him, so Merady in a 1-on-4 momentarily leaves the puck go behind the Avon Grove goal. Harrison absorbs a check. It's brought out the near side by Crossan. Wilkins on his horse, chases this puck down before the goal line, centering pass, nobody home. It sails past the reach of D'Ambrosio. Holding the point and throwing the puck in from long distance was Evan Tritovich to no avail. His shot was high and wide, corralled by Crossan in the near corner, but a double-team Nate Crossan ultimately gives way. Schofield tries to set up Kinsler on the fast break the other direction, but Kinsler is met by Tritovich in their race to the puck behind the Avon Grove goal. Here's Matt Bellepede, stick handling, and generating a shot from the high slot. This caught and held by Owen Elatar for a pause and play with 11 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the first period. The Delaware Hockey Network is brought to you by the Law Office of Long and Greenberg, a new law firm dedicated to providing top-notch legal services to individuals who have been injured in car crashes, work accidents, or have experienced other personal injury. Long and Greenberg's team of experienced lawyers are passionate about justice and committed to delivering results, ready to tackle any legal challenge that comes their way. Get in touch to schedule a free consultation by calling 302-466-LONG. Evening and virtual appointments are available. Again, 302-466-LONG. 2-on-1 for Avon Grove. On the doorstep, Will Gorman couldn't get past Gavin Needs. It's worth noting on the Salesianum side, Michael Manzi and Leighton DeMasters are scratched from the lineup. They're in Lake Placid with club obligations coming up this week. Nate Bellepede backhands the puck from the left point in behind the Avon Grove goal. It is batted by Pepe out the far side, maintained by Gorman, but still the Devils can't clear as we work our way to the 6.5-minute mark of the first period. A scoreless hockey game before us. No ink on the score sheet yet of any sort. Schofield takes aim from the top of the left circle after re-entering. He got his own rebound, but failed to set up Tuschinski cleanly in the high slot. Wright clears this off the far glass. Puck is gloved down, I should say, by Bellepede, right in front of the Avon Grove penalty box to no avail, and an offside is signaled against the Devils with 10 minutes and 18 seconds to go, and no score. Face-off spotted just above the Salesianum blue line. It goes the way of the boys in blue. The Chris Albert shot from distance was wide of the far post. Rebound controlled and cleared by the other 9, Jacob Schindler. And this will come back an icing with 9 minutes and 58 seconds to go in the first period of a scoreless hockey game. Planning for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For 35 years and counting, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. Stretch pass to hit leads to a one-on-one, but he was trailed and bothered by Tuschinski. Stanley Stosh Tuschinski stick handles to gain some space. He clears the zone. Bell up the left side finds Chris Albert. Breakaway in from the dot shot. Score! Chris Albert puts Salesianum on the board. 7.5 minutes into the first period. It is 1-0 in favor of the Sal's early. It was Liam Bell with the primary assist. And we'll get word on the secondary momentarily. Off-ice officials conferring as to what went. That goal at the 7:30 mark of the first period. Chris Albert on the breakaway thanks to Liam Bell. putting Salesianum on the board. Salesianum goal. Scored by number 9, Chris Albert. Assisted by number 12, Liam Bell, and number 17, Stosh Tuschinski. Time of the goal, 7 minutes, 30 seconds. In the first period, Albert from Bell and Tuschinski at 7:30. And an icing against the Sals will send them back into their own zone. 8:05 to go on this first period. James Witherite, Broadway Joe Sindoni, Mark McClure joining you from the Wells Fargo Center for a Thursday matinee edition of the Delaware Hockey Network. Puck into the protective netting behind the Salesianum goal. Right off the faceoff gives us another stoppage. Igo and Crossan square off to the left of Needs. Fennessy clears. Puck rolls into the Salesianum zone, recovered by Morady. He works this ahead to Farrell, on further to Igo. Igo chips the puck between defenders, but he can't race it down. Stretch pass the other way, comes to Foster Wilkins, but he's angled out of position by Grayson Betterly, clogging the slot. Holding the zone was Crossan. To Demboski. He's checked off the puck below the goal by Gianni Pacitti. Now a two-a-side scrum develops in the near corner. Recovering was Farrell. Betterly clears. Bellepede comes into the left dot. Cross-ice pass, but the one-timer from Nick LeBuono failed to connect at the top of the right circle. Beyond the 10-minute mark of the first period of a 1-0 hockey game, Salesianum with the lead. Gianni Pacitti throws a shot in from the right point, but it was blocked in heavy traffic. Pacitti takes another chance, this time from a little bit closer, a little bit more centered, but it misses the near post. Gorman, 1-on-3 the other way. He rushed the shot, tried to chase down the puck behind the Salesianum goal, but Pacitti recovers. He caroms it up the far side to captain Christian Kinsler. Pacitti across ice now to Matt Bellepede, entering up the near wall in a 2-on-2. Harrison kept him wide on the zone entry, and Evan Tritovich recovers the puck behind his own goal, playing it up the far wall where Gorman bobbled it. LeBuono barely kept play on side, but turned the puck over. Brendan Chandler's shot the other direction, bounces off the end boards and is paddled aside by Needs. Kinsler up the middle, stonewalled by Harrison at center red. Odd man rush for the Sals. LeBuono centering pass on the doorstep. Bramble fans on the net front opportunity. Here's Fennessy back the other direction. Long shot from just over the blue line. Turned aside to the far corner by Needs, who on the season 3-0-0 with a spotless record, 0 goals against in his 3 1/3 periods of action. Salesianum 17-0-0 in Intercounty Scholastic Hockey League play. The ICSAHL comprised of teams in the Philadelphia area, excepting the north suburbs, and stretching all the way into Delaware. Salesianum, of course, in Wilmington, Delaware. Avon Grove just over the Delaware-Pennsylvania arc in the small community of West Grove. Albert looking for a second. Lofted the puck over the crossbar. Right could not clear. Schofield off his backhand. Protects the zone at the far side. But after turning the puck away to Lucas Jenna, is forced back into his own zone where he, Tuschinski, and Morady will try to set up a more deliberate attack. Stosh Tuschinski throws this puck to Liam Bell. Schofield pulls on the brakes to try to generate some space from the forechecking Mason hit. The cross-ice pass from Bell did not connect cleanly with Salesianum. Tashinsky recovers. Final 4 minutes of the first period on the Delaware Hockey Network from the Wells Fargo Center. Delayed offside, signaled by Eric Michaels against Avon Grove. Hit tags up, but that gives Salesianum ample time to work through neutral territory. Tashinsky stops in the near corner while double-teamed. Cross-ice pass, a lazy wobbler over to Pacity at the point. He dumped the puck into Salesianum. It comes back high, taken away from Pacity, and pushed clear by Hinsey. Morady pulls back, tries to hit Braden Graham on the breakout, but he mishandled the puck at the far boards. Tretovic turns it back the other way from center right in front of the scorebox. Final 190 seconds of the first period. Salesianum looking to build on their 1-0 advantage. And in workmanlike fashion, they gain the Avon Grove line again. It was Salesianum who tried to lead to Graham. The shot from Betterly is paddled by Owen Elatar to the far corner. Graham again recovers. Pacity with a cannon of a one-timer from the left point. Took a hop at the top of the crease, enabling Elatar to be able to play it out of harm's way. And now Avon Grove pushes free the other direction. Foster Wilkins has a mini one-on-one, challenged by Pacity at the top of the near circle. Club teammates with the Delaware Junior Blue Hens, but adversaries on this Thursday afternoon, and the upper hand in that exchange went to Pacity. Salesianum lofts the puck back in, delayed offside, signaled by Laura White, with 2 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the first period of a 1-0 hockey game. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event, offering pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides sure to please any appetite. SidsBBQandJerky.com, the place to go to place your next catering order. Fennessy gives way to Farrell. Long shot, sticked away by Elatar. And here comes Crossan the other way, off the stretch pass from right. Crossan double-teamed and herded to the near corner by Betterly is taken away from the puck. It is protected by Ian D'Ambrosio. Worked into the slot where Crossan was canceled out by Betterly. Farrell the other direction gains red before dumping the puck in. It is paddled behind the cage by Elatar. Held in by Lebuono off the failed clearing attempt up the near side. Lebuono circles the perimeter of the zone, puts on the brakes just above the corner board's far side, trying to connect with McChrystal net front, but he couldn't get stick on puck while canceled out right on the welcome mat. Final 90 seconds of the first period. And Will Gorman, challenged by Bramble, protects the puck in the far corner. Gorman looking for space, checked off of it finally, and now sweeping in is Nick Lebuono to recover for Salesianum, and he's got space up the near dots to skate up ice. Lebuono coast to coast scores! Nick Lebuono makes this 2-0 at the 15:51 mark of the first period. A few extra seconds ran off the clock following the goal. It doesn't look like they'll be replaced. Salesianum goal. Scored by number 3, Nick Lebuono. Time of the goal, 15 minutes, 51 seconds in the first period. Lebuono unassisted at 15:51. So we're down to the final 16 seconds. As the time was not placed back on the board. 12 seconds in all. Lost as a result. Tercy was canceled out in front of the Salesianum goal, and the horn sounds to signal the end of the first period. The score through one period: Salesianum 2, Avon Grove Red Devils 0. This is the Delaware Hockey Network presented by Long and Greenberg. There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
It's time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Welcome back inside the Delaware Hockey Network, presented by the Law Office of Long and Greenberg. Second period brought to you by the Hooper family, longtime supporters of University of Delaware Blue Hens hockey and of today's coverage of the Broad Street Classic. Between Avon Grove and Salesianum from the Wells Fargo Center, a Chris Albert shot right off the get-go goes wide. Albert pursues the puck from the near corner to Shinsky, unable to set up Bell on the doorstep. That pass intercepted by Ricky Wright and worked clear. Mason hit stick handles in, gets a shot away from the outside of the far circle, turned aside by Needs. Jenna, unable to protect the zone, gives the puck away to Tashinsky, who volleys it across neutral territory. Owen Fennessy floats it back the other direction. Schofield stands up, a Mason hit. A hit. How do you like that? Works the puck to Bell, who then gets it up ice for Salesianum, ultimately to no avail as Justin Mackley freezes for the stoppage. Now in goal for Avon Grove, number 79, Justin Mackley. So 17 minutes, 2 goals against, 5 saves for Owen Elatar. The southpaw Justin Mackley in for periods 2 and 3, presumably. Well, Gavin Needs, usually the number 2 goaltender for Salesianum, is backed up today by Ryan Dominic. Hunter Thompson, working through neutral zone congestion, chips the puck into the near corner, where it is recovered by Pacitti, thrown clear by Massey. Cross ice feed leads to a long Betterly shot, which is waffle boarded down and away to the far corner by alternate captain Justin Mackley. Played behind the goal. Wilkins failed on the breakout pass. Joey Pietropaulo pounced on him, recovered the puck mid-zone, but he gave it away to Thompson. Celentino pursues, lifts Thompson's stick. Net front was Pietropaulo, but Justin Mackley's got the last word, hanging on for a pause. 2 minutes and 18 seconds into second period play from the Wells Fargo Center, and Salesianum working to increase their 2-0 intermission lead. Fourth line on for the Sals. Igo, flanked by Kozink and McChrystal. Crossan on the mismatch in the face-off circle, won the draw, top center for Avon Grove. Tretovic failed to clear. Bramble gave it back to Crossan. Here come the Devils on the attack. Chandler working the far half wall, failed to connect cleanly in the slot with Nate Crossan. Lunging for the puck at the right point was Wilkins, but he failed to maintain. Bramble's backhand moves play back to center where McChrystal is stood up by Tretovic, and re-entering was Crossan. Crossan and Nate Bellepede battle for the puck a second time after meeting at the top of the far circle. Crossan gives it away. Bellepede finds Igo, but a stick check on him slows him up. Wilkins nearly protected at the left point for Avon Grove, but ultimately was pushed into the neutral zone. The battle's prolonged. Puck is knocked loose, recovered in over the line by Chandler, but his shot with plenty of time and space from 30 feet was wide of the near post. Nate Crossan absorbs a hit behind the cage from Bellepede. Wilkins works this below the goal to the far corner. Chandler converges with Nate Bellepede. Bellepede won that battle. McChrystal pushes the puck from center the rest of the way up ice before hustling off for a change. Puck over the glass out of play with 13:20 to go. Make it 13:17 to go in the second period. As a few extra seconds tick down under Dan Pike's thumb. And friends, if you're like me, healthy living is important. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help you and your family stay healthy at home with periodic sanitization and disinfecting of your trash and recycling bins. Schedule your first cleaning today by visiting DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. The net front feed from Kinsler to Labuono. Frozen by Mackley with 13:03 to go in the second period, and the faceoff's going to come to Mackley's right. Bellepede and Tercey, a little bit of a mismatch in the face-off circle. Top center for Salesianum, third for Avon Grove. And the Sal's hold the zone off the failed clear. Here's Kinsler off a cross-ice setup, and he goes top shelf to make it 3-0. Puck brought down by Morady off the failed clear. He sets up Kinsler with a rocket from the left dot to beat Mackley. At the 4:08 mark of the second period, Salesianum has gone up by a tally of 3-0. Salesianum goal, scored by number 13, Christian Kinsler. Assisted by number 28, Logan Morady, and number 18, Matt Bellepede. Time of the goal, 4 minutes, 8 seconds in the second period. Kinsler from Morady and Bellepede at 4:08. Play offside at the Salesianum line. So we'll have a Laura White face-off just in front of the Avon Grove bench. Won by Albert, but Bell is slowed up beyond center. Harrison recovers. He backhands the puck behind the Salesianum goal where Pepe chased it down, joined by Gorman. Gorman held up by Pasiti, trying to set up Pepe net front. Liam Bell intercepts the puck, pushes it up ice. He finds Tashinsky. Here's a 2-on-1 on the slot. Stosh Tashinsky's shot from 20 feet was popped up in the atmosphere by Justin Mackley. He paddles this one away as it comes back through his office. Tashinsky holding center point to Bell at the near half wall. Cross-ice pass bounces off Betterly's stick and is pushed into neutral territory by Hunter Thompson. Bell spun off his feet just above the line by Harrison, stays with the play. Tashinsky gathers the loose puck, walks it in for a close-up shot, but throws the vulcanized rubber right into Mackley's pads. 5.5 minutes have gone by in the second period. It's a 3-0 game. Salesianum with the lead. Goals from Chris Albert, Nick Lebuono, and Christian Kinsler. Kinsler, the floater on this team, wearing the captain's C, who in ICSHL play has accumulated 15 goals and 19 assists, has done the majority of his work as a defenseman. A need save brings play to a halt with 11:03 to go in second period action. Face-off coming to Gavin Needs' right. Thompson and Massey, the duo to square off. Here's Massey up ice, leading a 2-on-1. The pass to Graham, a little bit awkward, but he reeled it in off his backhand. The give and go failed to materialize, however. Hinsey back the other way will be called offside as Matt Oliveri lost his balance heading across neutral territory, fell into the Salesianum zone and couldn't tag up in time to keep play alive. As always, our thanks goes out to each and every one of you joining us worldwide on the Delaware Hockey Network. On this Thursday afternoon, 3 days before the Philadelphia Eagles will take on the Kansas City Chiefs in the 2023 Super Bowl game. Massey's shot covered up by Mackley. Unfortunately, we won't get to hear the Wells Fargo Center organist regale us with Fly Eagles Fly during a stoppage. Alas. Massey hassled by Schindler in the far corner. Leaves the puck to Pietro Paolo amid a two-a-side battle. Back it comes to Massey. He works this high to Nate Bellepede, who was nearly caught unawares with that pass, but Bellepede had much more time and space to work with up high. Braden Graham can't stuff the puck past Mackley, who steps up beyond the edge of the crease for a break in play. 9:58 to go in second period action from South Philadelphia. There's a new gold standard in digital media solutions for small businesses. 412 Communications offers web and graphic design, social media consultation, public relations, writing and editing services, multimedia solutions like the broadcast you're watching right now, and more. Visit 412communications.com to learn how they can help your brand build bridges with the people you serve. Kozink in the near corner to Igo. Igo's pushed high by Lucas Jenna and separated from the puck. Demboski throws this up ice. The shot from Gorman at the left half wall off the diagonal headman feed was wide. Pepe from below the goal failed to set up Lucas Jenna cleanly. Race for a loose puck to the Avon Grove line. Kozink got there, but it took him some time to gain control. He leaves it back to Schofield, now to Morady. Morady throws this up the middle, tipped beyond center by Farrell, but right into the hands of Jacob Schindler. On the other side, Gorman failed to set up Lucas Jenna with a clean centering pass. We're nearing the halfway point of the second period. Salesianum's got a 3-0 lead, and now Tyson Kozink's got a one-on-one. Tretovic on the back check, caught up to as well by Tercy, forcing a rush shot from an awkward angle. And Mackley with the glove save and the freeze gives us another break in the action. To be able to bring you a game from such a beautiful facility as this is always a treat. To be able to bring you said game with the crew we've got assembled for it makes it all the more enjoyable. Kinsler cycles to Bellepede below the goal. He's tied up by Harrison. LeBuono recovers, dodges a check in the corner. Centering pass to Kinsler, no good. Bellapedes, net front chance. Denied by a sprawling Justin Mackley. And we're going to have our first penalty of the game coming up as Laura White's arm popped up in the neutral zone. It's going to go against Salesianum as the extra attacker hustles on. But the touch is made with 7 minutes and 49 seconds to go in the second period. And our first Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill of the afternoon is coming as Logan Morady is issued a 2-minute reprieve for tripping. So Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill time. For Salesianum. And we remind you that you can schedule your first cleaning today at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Salesianum penalty. Assessed to number 28, Logan Morady. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 9 minutes 11 seconds in the second period. Morady 2 for tripping at 9:11. D'Ambrosio, Chandler, Gorman, Wilkins, and Crossan. 5 forwards on this aggressive Avon Grove penalty or power play, I should say. We know their penalty kill's aggressive too. Kozink clears the puck, joined by Pietro Paolo, Pacitti, and Schofield. Now Massey takes Kozink's place up front. Crossing to Chandler to D'Ambrosio. Good puck movement through the neutral zone, and D'Ambrosio flips the puck beyond the reach of Pacitti. It rolls behind the Salesianum goal where Schofield got there in plenty of time. He rifles this clear again with half the Morady penalty. Now in our rearview mirror, 6:42 to go in the second period, and Salesianum maintaining their 3-0 lead. Crossing to Gorman, cross-ice feed in the neutral zone, finds Chandler. Chandler skates a tight circle in the far corner to try to generate some space from Pacitti. Back it comes to Chandler, getting the puck back from Wilkins. Around the horn, Tretovic now to Demboski. Back it comes to Tretovic. Jack Demboski working the corner. Gets this in low to Gorman. Demboski, Gorman again in the corner, kept there by Betterly. A net front feed to Brendan Chandler. Puts Avon Grove on the board. At the 10:56 mark of the second period, it's now a 3-1 hockey game, and Gavin Needs has given up his first goal of the season. Chandler leading scorer for Avon Grove with 12 goals and 9 assists in ICSHL play. Still with 4 games to go. Here he gets the Devils on the board. And brings their deficit down to 2. Avon Grove goal, scored by number 74, Brendan Chandler. Assisted by number 17, Will Gorman, and number 37, Jack Demboski. Time of the power play goal, 10 minutes, 56 seconds in the second period. Chandler from Gorman and Demboski at 10:56, a power play goal. And an offside infraction against Salesianum gives us a pause with 5:09 to go in the second period. Demboski again gives this puck up the neutral zone to Morady. Hit throws it in from just over the line. Puck rolls on its rib to the far corner of the Sal zone where Morady clears. Massey gives it back across to Schofield. This is going to be called offside by Laura White with 4:45 to go in the second. Tailgating at Fred Rust Arena or watching on the Delaware Hockey Network, whatever the case might be. Score big and serve in style with Primo Hoagie's party trays and sampler platters. There is no crowd pleaser quite like Primo Hoagie's. Made with only the highest quality Thuman's meats and cheese, sliced fresh to order and served on Primo's award-winning seeded rolls. You get the best tasting hoagies in the area, and you save yourself the prep time. Stop into your local neighborhood Primo Hoagies on Baltimore Pike in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, or order your next party tray online at primohoagies.com. It's not just a hoagie, it's a Primo. Schofield circles below the goal. Stretch pass did not connect with Graham, and this will come back an icing with 4:10 to go in the second. So the draw to Needs' right saw Bellepede fail to push past Harrison, keeping the zone airtight at the left point. Centering pass from Pepe to Jenna failed to connect. Back it comes to Johnny Pepe, nearly stripped of the puck by Bellepede. Thrown by Gorman into the low slot. Harrison's backhand turned aside by Needs pretty cleanly. Pepe again to Harrison up at the left point. He works the puck into net front traffic. Lucas Jenna couldn't bring it down. He's hauled into the near corner by Piscity and checked off the biscuit, which is now brought up the near side as far as center by Bellepede, but for Tretovic turned it back the other way. Gorman rolls this in up the left side, behind the goal to the near corner, where Piscity was able to get a stick on the vulcanized rubber, and now Labuono stretches ahead to Kinsler up the middle. Kinsler, looking for his second of the game, was confronted by the back-checking Ricky Wright, and his shot lane taken away. That long chance from Betterly rang off the post. Eric Michaels waved it off immediately, no goal, and the rebound ends up under the glove of Justin Mackley for a break with 3:10 to go in the second period. Here's the cross-ice pass from Kinsler. Betterly rang it off the post. And you could see very clearly there on the instant replay, it bounced out into the flat. But Jack Igo, off the attacking zone draw, connects to give Salesianum their fourth with just over 3 minutes to go in the second period. Right off the draw, hard work and dedication all the way, getting Jack Igo his first goal in a Salesianum sweater. And now we've got ourselves a 4-1 hockey game. Our thanks behind the scenes to Tim Dominic, our scorebox liaison, giving us all the information from downstairs through the course of the afternoon. Salesianum goal. First in the varsity Salesianum sweater for number 4, Jack Igo. Assisted by number 45, Jack Farrell, and number 41, Gianni Piscity. Time of the goal, 13 minutes, 59 seconds in the second period. Igo from Farrell and Piscity at 13:59. A Needs save gives us another break in action with inside 2 minutes to go. The face-off to come to the left of Gavin Needs. We'll see Hunter Thompson and Chris Albert square off. Albert to Tuschinski. He failed to stretch the puck ahead to Liam Bell, cutting for the right dots. Bramble up the near side. Pinned in his zone, gives it away. Oliveri played the body on him. Hunter Thompson cutting net front. Couldn't generate a clean shot. Missed the near post by a few inches. Had open net to work with, too, before Needs sealed off the corner. Bellepede slams this puck up the far boards. It's turned back the other way by Schindler. Laura White signaling a delayed offside as we wind our way to the final 70 of period number 2. The Nines converge on the puck. Albert and Schindler together. Bell walks in. 1 minute remaining of the period. 1 minute. The re-entry is led by Tuschinski up the near side, slowed up by Demboski. Tuschinski works around the perimeter of the zone to Bellepede, now to Liam Bell, and he gets one for the thumb. Liam Bell opens fire from the right half wall, beating Mackley in the bottom corner. And it's now 5-1 Salesianum. Albert pointing to Bell on that, despite posting up net front. Did he have the tip, or was it Bell all the way? Looked like Liam all the way from here. As the Sal's make this now a 5-1 hockey game. Salesianum goal, scored by number 12, Liam Bell. Assisted by number 15, Nate Bellepede. And number 17, Stosh Tuschinski. Time of the goal, 16 minutes, 21 seconds in the second period. Bell from Bellepede and Tuschinski at 16:21 in the second. The score through 2 periods, Salesianum 5, Avon Grove Red Devils 1. We'll be back after the second intermission on the Delaware Hockey Network, presented by Long & Greenberg.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Watching the game or tailgating with friends? Score big and serve in style with Primo Hoagie's party trays and sampler platters. There is no bigger crowd pleaser than Primo Hoagie's, made only with the highest quality Thuman's meats and cheese, sliced fresh to order and served on Primo's award-winning seeded rolls. You get the best tasting hoagies in the area and save yourself the prep time. Stop into your local neighborhood Primo Hoagie's on Baltimore Pike in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, or order your tray online at PrimoHoagies.com. It's not just a hoagie, it's a Primo.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Welcome back to the Delaware Hockey Network. 2 periods in the books. It's 5-1 Salesianum over Avon Grove. And this third period will begin with Salesianum on a Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill. As a result of Braden Graham being called up for slashing at the 17-minute mark of the second period. Schedule your first cleaning by visiting DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Chandler to Crossan. Around to D'Ambrosio at the top of the far circle. Back it comes to Nate Crossan. Wilkins and Gorman are the two low men in the slot. Chandler from the dot. Centering pass was broken up by Schofield. Crossan holds at the near point. Chandler hits D'Ambrosio with a cross-ice feed. Back it comes to Nate Crossan up high. Chandler stepping up to the dot. Centering feed intended for Wilkins, broken up by Schofield, hanging close to home on D. 40 seconds of this Avon Grove power play have gone by. The shot from D'Ambrosio caught the toe of Schofield. Puck bounces to the near half wall from below the goal. Massey scraps for it, but Crossan protects. Crossan across to D'Ambrosio. This is rolled low. Back to Ian D'Ambrosio. His backhand through the slot. Covered up by Gavin Needs, a mess of Devils and Sallies in front of him. But the glove of Gavin Needs gives us a pause in play with 1 minute and 9 seconds gone in the third period. Salesianum up 5-1. And play restarting to Needs' left after he sprawled to make the save. In a matter of round about 5.5 hours, the Philadelphia Flyers will take on the Edmonton Oilers and Connor McDavid on this same ice. So around us, folks making their preparations for tonight's game. You see ladders, you see camera jibs, everything else, a view behind the scenes that we don't ordinarily get when we watch the NHL on your network of choice. Schindler lofts the puck up ice. Icing is waved off. Pacitti controls in the far corner of his own zone. Salesianum in their away navy blue sweaters moving from left to right here in the third period. Avon Grove in their home whites traveling from right to left. That long shot tipped up into the protective netting by Justin Mackley and out of play with 14:35 to go in regulation. Face-off will come to Mackley's right. Bellepede and Tercey square off in the dot. Dominic Tercey won the draw. Wright gave the puck away to Kinsler, though. Net front setup for Nick LeBuono, but he can't stuff the puck in from the edge of the crease, as holding tight was Justin Mackley for the save and the freeze with 14:26 to go. Bellepede with the face-off win. LeBuono worked the puck around the horn to Kinsler, but his long shot from center point was wide of the far post. This wobbles in low where Owen Fennessy recovers the vulcanized rubber for Avon Grove. Couldn't connect with Hitt on the breakout pass, but now Hitt gains a loose puck, walks it in up the middle. His shot from 35 feet stick-checked high and away. It goes into the netting behind goaltender Gavin Needs. And that gives us a break in action with exactly 3 minutes gone in the third period. The Delaware Hockey Network brought to you by the Law Office of Long and Greenberg, a new firm dedicated to providing top-notch legal services to individuals who have been injured in car crashes, who've sustained work accidents, or other personal injury. Long and Greenberg's team of experienced lawyers is passionate about justice and committed to delivering results, ready to tackle any legal challenge that comes their way. Get in touch today to schedule a free consultation. The number is 302-466-LONG. 302-466-LONG. Nick LeBuono in for two as he gets his own rebound. He makes this 6-1 Salesianum with 3:28 gone in the third. Kinsler with the centering pass. did the majority of the heavy lifting up the right wing boards. And his centering feed to Lebuono. Ultimately led to Nick Lebuono's 16th goal of the season and second of the game. Salesianum goal. Second of the game for number 3, Nick Lebuono. Assisted by number 13, Christian Kinsler. Time of the goal, 3 minutes, 28 seconds in the third period. Lebuono's second from Kinsler at 3:28. Tuschinski tied up by Crossan at the near corner. The centering pass intended for Chandler was broken up by Nate Bellepede. Tuschinski fires a cross-ice pass to Chris Albert. He's kept just above the line by Tretovic and forced to dump the puck in as the Avon Grove defensive reinforcements outnumbered him pretty well at the time. 4.5 minutes have gone by in the third period. Salesianum with a 6-1 lead over Avon Grove. The Evan Tretovic shot from the top of the near circle is covered by Gavin Needs for another pause in play. And the face-off comes to Needs' right with 4:38 in the books in the third period. Puck battle at the base of the Salesianum bench. A two-a-side variety ultimately goes the way of Matt Oliveri. He leaves the puck to Gorman behind the Sal's goal, but it's taken away and walked up ice by Braden Graham. Graham accelerates. Laura White had to hustle to get out of the path of both Graham and Wright together. Schofield held the point. The net front feed from Celentino to Graham was covered by Mackley before Braden Graham could reel in the shot opportunity with 11:41 to go in regulation. It's a 6-1 hockey game, advantage Salesianum. Justin Celentino flanked by Joey Pietropaulo and Braden Graham taking the draw across from Dominic Tercy. No icing on the long clear. Pietropaulo absorbs a check from Tercy in front of the Salesianum bench. It's brought back to Schofield across to Morady. Touch pass from Graham to nobody beyond center. Icing was waved off as the puck was ruled playable ultimately by Owen Fennessy. Avon Grove captain, I should say. We see him on the weekends as part of the Delaware Junior Blue Hens 18 AA squad. Pietropaulo back to Graham the other way. Graham cutting for the net, draws the penalty, and kicks the convert. So Graham's in for two as well. This coming at the 6:06 mark of the third period. Braden Graham breaks through traffic. Paves a way to the top of the crease and a backhand sneaks past Mackley. To make this a 7-1 hockey game. Particulars to come from downstairs once available. The Tretovic breakout pass was intercepted. McChrystal net front. Denied by Mackley. And here we go. Salesianum goal. Second of the game for number 5, Braden Graham. Time of the unassisted goal, 6 minutes, 6 seconds in the third period. Graham's second, unassisted, at 6:06. And a Mackley save gives us a pause in action with 10:08 remaining in the contest. Crossan and Igo meet at the far dot. Nate Crossan got stick on puck a good bit quicker. McChrystal couldn't tie it up in the corner. And this is ultimately walked forward by Foster Wilkins, 2-on-1. Wilkins tries to find Chandler, but that pass was broken up by the back-checking Nate Bellepede. Bellepede to McChrystal, his stick lifted by Nate Crossan, cutting through. Crossan looking for options at the top of the right circle, dishes the puck off to Chandler, leading scorer for the Devils this season. Schindler recovers at center, off the Salesianum clear. The Devils reset. Chandler gives the puck away over the blue line to Nate Bellepede, who ricochets it off the far boards ahead to Alex McChrystal, but Wright cut him off between the circles and regained the puck for Avon Grove. 7-1 hockey game, 9:20 to go in regulation. Foster Wilkins took a little bit of time to survey his options. He couldn't find Crossan on the stretch pass up the middle. The shot the other way came from Matt Bellepede right into Mackley's pads. Chandler gives it away to Kinsler up the near side of the neutral zone. Kinsler bulldozes in, stick lifted on the doorstep by Wright, who's proven in the time he's seen on the ice to be effective defensively on more than a couple occasions. A frozen puck under the glove of Gavin Needs gives us a pause in action with 8:38 to go in the third period. Hunter Thompson, a lone Devil among a host of Salesianum defenders there. And the faceoff will be taken by Thompson across from Bellepede to the left of the Salesianum netminder. Bellepede wins. LeBuono sets up a 2-on-2, but he lost the puck at center. Gorman brings it back in for Avon Grove. A rushed shot ricochets off the backboards. Thompson double-teamed at the half wall, trying to maintain Avon Grove's attacking momentum. Ultimately gave way. Morady across to LeBuono. Up the middle, he finds Kinsler. Drop pass to Bellepede at the left half wall. Thompson plays the body on him. Puck is tied up at the kick plate. Matt Bellepede digging away. LeBuono kicks it back to the point where waiting was Schofield. Long shot from him. Batted aside by Mackley, and now walked up ice by Evan Tritovich to center, but a stick lift from Kinsler separates him from the puck. Thompson prolongs the Avon Grove attack, throws the puck off the backboards. Morady overskates it for Salesianum. Schofield, though, does not. He dekes neatly past Thompson and throws the puck ahead to Nick LeBuono. To Bellepede. He tries to split defenders on his way in toward the Avon Grove cage, but was separated from the puck 20 feet out. LeBuono looking for a hat trick. Turned, his wrist shot from 35 was wide. Bellepede leaves the puck to Kinsler behind the cage. Played back up the near side where Eamon Schofield takes aim from right in front of the Avon Grove bench. A long shot bounces hard off the backboards with 7 and change to go in the third period. Salesianum up 7-1 over Avon Grove. And Owen Fennessy gaining center to chip the puck into the Sal zone. Just enough time for a changing of the guard both ways. Albert stick handles at the top of the near circle to try to gain control of the puck. Lost his shot lane. He failed to center cleanly to Tashinsky. This is brought the other direction by Ian D'Ambrosio, bulldozing his way through the slot, but a close-up shot was wide and high. Tashinsky brings down the rebound in the near corner. 6:40 to go. Turnover in the Salesianum zone led to a hit shot that was botched. Puck recovered in the near corner by Ian D'Ambrosio, but the centering feed was broken up. Gianni Pacitti up the left dots, angled wide by hit on his way into the Avon Grove zone. Is stripped of the puck. Caleb Harrison recovers for the Devils in the far corner, but Pacitti stays with the play, offers plenty of forechecking resistance there. Nearly recovered the puck in the slot, but it was pushed free by Pepe before Tashinsky turned it back in after barely holding the zone. 6 minutes to go from the Wells Fargo Center. This is cleared by D'Ambrosio, recovered by Betterly. Pacitti off the cross-ice feed, works it ahead to Albert up the left wing boards. He bulldozes in. Albert circles below the goal, backhands this to the point where waiting is Betterly. Shot through traffic, took a close bounce at the top of the blue paint, wide of the near post. Betterly's follow-up on an awkward angle, probably not going to be registered as a shot on goal by official scorer Tim Dominic, but it's held on to by Justin Mackley for a pause in play with 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the third period. Coming up this weekend on the Delaware Hockey Network on Friday, February 10th, that's just tomorrow. Delaware's men's Division II team takes on Maryland in the semifinals of the Mid-Atlantic Collegiate Hockey Conference playoffs. And then on Saturday, February 11th, the Delaware women will square off against Loyola of Maryland on Senior Day. Full schedule available at DelawareHockeyNetwork.com. Now in goal for Salesianum, number 40, Ryan Dominic. The shot from Gorman at the half wall. Covered up by Dominic for a pause in play with 5:08 remaining. So Gavin Needs allowed one goal in 45 minutes and 20 seconds of action. Stellar outing from him, as Salesianum will have just one ICSHL regular season contest left this season. A fortnight tomorrow, they'll host Cardinal O'Hara at Fred Rust Arena, and we'll be there with all the action for you on the Delaware Hockey Network. Final 4.5. Chandler to Crossan. Net front feed to Wilkins, didn't connect. Wright protects the zone. Graham checks him off his path, and this puck bounces back beyond center, where Wright recovers. Evan Tritovic throws this off the near boards, but he couldn't connect with Chandler. Pietro Paolo back the other direction. Stonewall just inside the blue line. Ricky Wright carries it the other way. Wright throws this behind the cage. It is backhanded away by Bellapede to the far corner. Celentino across to Farrell, close up. He doesn't connect. He cleared the crossbar with that point-blank shot. And Schofield with another net front setup sends that pass beyond the reach of McChrystal. Final 3:40. Laura White signaling Thompson a delayed offside. So that gave the Sal's a little bit more cushion as far as their breakout was concerned. In came Tritovic the other way. Ryan Dominic freezes the puck to bring play to a halt with 203 seconds to go from the Wells Fargo Center. Upcoming Salesianum games on the DHN. February 24th, as we mentioned, the Sal's host Cardinal O'Hara. And then Philadelphia Catholic League semifinals on Monday, February 27th. The championship game will take place Wednesday, March 1st. All here at the Delaware Hockey Network, DelawareHockeyNetwork.com. Olivere's backhand slowed up by Dominic. Kinsler recovered. He found Lebuono up the near side. Nick Lebuono wearing 3, Braden Graham wearing 5. They've got that red trim on their gloves. And occasionally throws us off. Olivere recovered at center for Avon Grove. Gorman wristed the puck deep into the Salesianum zone, where Pacitti steadies. Betterly plays the puck back into the neutral zone. Harrison backhands it along the near wall, back into the corner of the Salesianum end, down to the final 2:15 in regulation. And Nick Lebuono just got himself the hat trick. Now 8-1 with 2:06 remaining. He had the option with Kinsler waiting net front, but Nick Lebuono keeps the shot himself. And as we enter the final 2 minutes of the contest, Nick Lebuono's third goal of the game has made this now an 8-1 Salesianum lead. Salesianum goal, his third of the game, scored by number 3, Nick Lebuono, assisted by number 13, Christian Kinsler, and number 18, Matt Bellapede. Time of the goal, 14 minutes, 54 seconds in the third period. Lebuono's third from Kinsler and Bellapede at 14:54. Play offside. A long offside pass, it appeared. And with 84 seconds to go, Avon Grove trying to make something happen last minute to at least end on a good note. 1 minute remaining of the period. 1 minute. Tushinsky's centering pass. To Schofield, did not connect. The shot from Jenna goes in. Lucas Jenna puts Avon Grove up to 2 goals on the game with 34 seconds to go. Beating Dominic in close. Johnny Pepe with the primary assist there. Particulars to come. Avon Grove goal, scored by number 46, Lucas Jenna. Assisted by number 36, Johnny Pepe, and number 31, Owen Fennessy. Time of the goal, 16 minutes, 26 seconds in the third period. Jenna from Pepe and Fennessy at 16:26. The final score, Salesianum 8, Avon Grove 2. It's time for the Sid's 3 stars of the game, presented by Sid's Barbecue and Jerky. Today's third star, with 3 assists for Salesianum, number 17, Stosh Tushinsky. Today's second star, with 2 goals for Salesianum, number 5, Braden Graham. And the number 1 star of the game with a hat trick for Salesianum, number 3, Nick Lebuono. To those of you in attendance at the Wells Fargo Center, and to everyone joining us on the Delaware Hockey Network, this has been James Witherite thanking you for joining us today. Wishing those of you here in attendance a safe trip home, and those tuning in on the DHN a pleasant remainder of your Thursday. Once again, the final score, Salesianum 8, Avon Grove 2. For the entire crew, for Mark McClure, our technical director, back in the saddle. For Broadway Joe Sindoni, our assistant producer and videographer, this is James Witherite bidding you all adieu. We'll do it all again tomorrow with the Delaware Men's Division II Blue Hens taking on Maryland in the semifinal round of the mock playoffs. Good night to you all from the Wells Fargo Center.